All right, so good evening and welcome to this session, which is the day 38. And tonight we are going to be focusing on the Sahasrara chakra, the seventh center, and the qualities that it blesses us with. So if you're here for the first time or if you're a beginner, please send a message to our help desk in the chat, and they will assign you to a separate breakout room where someone will help you out. And before we proceed tonight, there is a certain poll on Zoom that we would request you to fill out. Now, as you know that we are going to be coming to an end of this intermediate course as well pretty soon. And there are plans to start the advanced series. So what we are trying to do is streamline the process more, and we would really like your information, like your contact information, because we have right now we have like around 12 WhatsApp groups which are full, and so there are like more than 1,000 people, but not all of them are active. And so what we want to do is just collect the information of those who are more active and guide them through the advanced course by forming a separate WhatsApp group just for you. So please do fill out this poll that is there on your screen right now. Take a minute or two to do that. Please make sure that you do fill in your WhatsApp number, because that is the easiest way for us to be in contact with all of you, and all the other details as well. We will also be sharing the same poll towards the end of the session, just to sort of make sure that those who arrive late also have a chance to fill out all this. So please do fill this out right now. And maybe we can wait for a minute or so just to allow everyone to do this. And if you don't already know, the advanced course will not be as frequent, which means that we won't have daily sessions, but just 3 times a week. So that is on. Then the preference, you can enter your preferences in the poll itself. So we still have quite a ways to go. There are only 8 responses have been entered yet. So please continue to do that. We will just proceed with our usual session. And once the poll is done, it will be closed by the tech team. Okay, so in the meanwhile, let us meet our leads and our musician for tonight. So if we could have Michelle. Uh, Michelle, so nice to see you again on our sessions. So could you tell us a little bit about yourself and any experiences or stories you have to share with us for tonight?
Sure. Thanks, Vivek. It's great to be here again. It's always very joyful. For those who don't remember me from the last few Monday sessions, I've been practicing Sahaja Yoga for a little over 7 years now, and I work. My job is an addiction counselor, and I'm also in recovery myself, 21 years. So I found that Sahaja Yoga really fits seamlessly with this recovery process too. So I know we have a lot of folks on here that are also in recovery that shared that as well. So if I think I've connected with a couple through the WhatsApp groups, but by all means, connect with me if you want to talk about how Sahaja Yoga can help you in your recovery. I wanted to share a quick piece about the Sahasrara today. So it's amazing how sensitive we start to get the more we practice Sahaja Yoga and the more we grow. And I feel like this is a lifelong process. But today, I was kind of just relaxing in my house and getting ready to maybe take a walk or something. And we were on holiday over here. And all of a sudden, I felt this tingling come up my head and in my Sahasrara. And then my phone bings and I looked at my phone and it was Linda. So it's amazing how this Sahasrara and these vibrations act. And I thought, as soon as I felt that, I was like, oh, who's thinking about me? And then I noticed that Linda had texted and I called her right back. So that was a fun little story we could start off with.
That's great. That's so sweet and nice. So thank you, Michelle, for that, sharing that story and telling us about yourself. So we have Tingli next. Tingli, please go ahead.
Hi, everybody. I hope you still remember me. My name is Tingli and my occupation is cybersecurity. So I would like to share actually in the beginning of my meditation. So I come to Sahaja Yoga. So I'm Chinese. In China, we don't believe there is God. But in my family, actually, my dad is atheist, so he doesn't believe in God. My mom is a Buddhism, so my mom does her own thing. My dad laughs at her. So that's how I grew up. So for me, I open to either ways. But one thing I didn't like is different religions, they say their God, so others are not true. So for me, I think if one religion say God exists, their God exists, then all the other religions should be right. Either they're all right or they're all wrong. So when I come to Sahaja Yoga, I remember Shri Mataji's talk. She said, all religions are one. That sentence clicked me. So and then keep me going on. So I used to be addicted to Shri Mataji talk so much. Somehow I just feel whatever she says is true, whatever she says. So I actually in 2 years, I listened all the English talk I could find. So I listened all the time. Whenever I can eat, when I eating, I listen. The only time I cannot listen is when I have to study. So I cannot listen, I have to use my brain. So I listen all her talk. There is a profound experience I want to share. So it's about 3 months when I was practicing Sahaja Yoga. So one day I was watching Shri Mataji actually sing songs to her. She's sitting on stage and then sing the song to praise mother, praise the mother. So her tears come out from her eyes. I'll say, who can do that? Only the lovely mother. So inside me, so moved. So I just said inside me, mother, I want to be your instrument. And then immediately all my body, the cells just expand and like merge with the whole universe. That's my experience, but never happened again. I tried again, I want the experience again. So sometimes I say, Mother, I want to be your instrument. But it didn't happen again, because I guess at the moment, my intense love, it's connected with Shri Mataji. So I just want to say whatever inside you.
Wow, so profound. Such a profound experience. Thank you so much for sharing that. So we have our musician for tonight, Shivangi. So Shivangi, could you tell us a little bit about yourself and what you're going to play for us tonight?
Hello everyone. So glad to be here and meet all of you. My name is Shivangi, and I guess as my profession, I'm a student, and I'm right now doing my master's at University of California in Irvine, and my studies revolve around music, specifically piano, which I will play tonight. I guess if I would say a few things about my experience with Sahaja Yoga, is that I've been meditating since childhood. So my entire life I've been surrounded by it. But I did have my own journey about finding out why I'm continuing to do this and why I'm still meditating to this day. Because whenever you are raised with the same thing, it's kind of like a habit to have it always around you. But at some point you do have to make it your decision. And I guess in my experience, I really found a strong connection with meditation and music, and how it really helped me to understand music better. Because whenever you are performing, even if you are just singing by yourself in the living room, like you are connecting to your true self, and for that you have to know who you are. And as we are living in this world full of distractions, sometimes it's really difficult to do that and to really put your attention towards the inside rather than the outside. So I guess this is all about experimenting with Sahaja Yoga and finding out, how it helps you in your life.
Wow, that's nice. And really beautiful way of putting it, that you have to experiment with it. So what will you be playing for us tonight? Is there a particular piece?
Yeah, so today I will be playing a classical piece for piano. It's just a short piece written by Johannes Brahms, and from there I will slowly transition into an Indian raga called Bhairavi, which is specifically for the last center of our subtle system, which is also the topic of today. So it is for the Sahasrara, and I hope you will all enjoy.
Yeah. Sure, and we're looking forward to hearing you play as well. So thank you so much, all of you, for sharing all your wonderful insights and stories. And without further ado, we'll jump into our foot soak. So Michelle will guide us with that. And I will see you all towards the end.
Thank you, Vivek. So we'll start this evening's foot soak. Let's all start first by raising our Kundalini and giving ourselves a bandhan. So before we put our feet in the water, let's just pray inside Shri Mataji to please let us experience being in Sahasrara. Let us experience the joy of being in Sahasrara. And I want to start with just a quote, just like Tingli was talking about the talks, and this is probably why her and I feel such a connection, because I am the same with these talks, and I feel like I get all the answers I need listening to Shri Mataji's talks. And sometimes I hear a quote that really opens up my heart, and I can feel something shift in me when I hear these quotes. And I try and practice what I hear. And I'll print them out once in a while and just kind of post them on my wall near where I meditate. And I try and keep attention on that quote that meant that I felt, that made me feel something inside and made me shift my attention. So this one reminds me of Sahasrara, actually. So when the lotus is in the mud and it has to come out, it finds its way through many crevices and many holes in that mud. But when it's out in the open, absolutely liberated, free, then it does not go on dashing here and there, but it just opens out and receives the beautiful dew. So I think we can all use that message from that to go into our Sahasraras and just allow ourselves to receive that dew, just like the lotus coming out of the mud. So with that, let's hold our hands down towards our foot soak water, and we can vibrate the water. So we can ask Mother to please bring the qualities of the ocean to my foot soak water. Please bring the qualities of the ocean to the foot soak water. Can give it a bandhan and see if we feel the cool coming up from the water. Despite the temperature of our water, we can usually feel the cool. And we'll place our feet in the bucket. So let's just take a few deep breaths and settle in a little bit. Let's put our hands towards the Mother Earth. If people know, Friday is Earth Day, so we can honor the Mother Earth, praise her, and ask for her absorption powers. So Mother Earth, thank you so much for all the beauty, all the resources, the food, the clothing, the shelter, the sunshine, the moon, the flowers and the trees and the birds. And Mother Earth, please absorb any imbalances in our subtle system. Let's bring both hands up to our lap. And in the foot soak meditation tonight, we're just going to work on every chakra up to our Sahasrara. We'll give it a bandhan and just toss any heat that we feel into the foot soak water. And this cleansing hopefully will bring us into that state, into the Sahasrara, so we can enjoy our meditations tonight. So let's start with Muladhara. We'll just use that bandhan and ask Mother, please remove all the heat from our Muladhara chakra. Let's move up to our Swadhisthana chakra. Mother, please remove all the heat from the Swadhisthana chakra. Make sure we're relaxed inside, keeping our attention on our central channel as we move up each center. If you feel any heat coming out, just continue to not put your mind on it, but just our attention a little bit here and a little bit on the center. Make that connection between each chakra and our Sahasrara. Let's move up to the Nabhi chakra. Mother, please remove all the heat and imbalances from the Nabhi chakra and take it into the foot soak water. Let's move to the heart. Mother, please take all of the heat, imbalances in our heart chakra into the foot soak. Take a few deep breaths. Up to the Vishuddhi. Mother, please take all the heat from the Vishuddhi chakra and absorb it into the foot soak water. We can even shake our hand out a little if we feel a lot of heat coming out. Then we'll move to the Agya chakra. Mother, please remove all the heat from the Agya chakra, all the imbalances, all the mental activity, frustrations, all the ego, all the superego. Let's place our right hand on the back of our head. Mother, please remove all the heat from our back Agya chakra. We can even give it a little tap. Please remove all the past, all the karmas. Free us from this, any mental activity, any conditionings. And finally, we can bond on our Sahasrara. Let's see if we feel like a pressure cooker. Sometimes we'll feel the heat coming out of our Sahasraras until it cools down. And let's just raise up our Kundalini a few times. Mother Kundalini, please nourish our Sahasrara. Let us feel the integration of all the chakras in our Sahasrara. Follow our hand with our attention. Let's see if we can leave our attention here. And we can rinse our feet off and just move aside our foot soak water. Let's keep our attention in Sahasrara. And just hold both hands open in our lap. Let's close our eyes and feel the center on the tops of our heads. The concept of going into Sahasrara and having our attention there sometimes is not an easy one, since we're such a mental world, no pun intended. So to have our attention in Sahasrara sometimes almost feels a little confusing. Like, how do we do that? So it's a concept of surrender, where we're taking all our problems, all our frustrations, anything that disturbs us, and we're bringing it to our Sahasrara. And what happens there is it gets dissolved into the divine vibrations. So let's use our right hand and just keep moving helping our Kundalini bring up more and more strands to Sahasrara. And let our attention come here, don't fight it. And as we do it, we're going to feel more and more vibrations above our head. It's such a blessing to know how to do this and to learn how to do this and to experience the results, because all the silly things that happen in this material world that disturb us become very insignificant when we learn how to put this attention in Sahasrara and trust that these vibrations will take care of us. So we can say inside Mother Kundalini, I put everything in Sahasrara. I surrender everything to my Sahasrara. So as we know, the nerve endings or the pittas of all the chakras are in our Sahasrara. So this is an integration of all the centers, all the great religions, and this is where we experience the feeling of the yoga. When we're in Sahasrara, we're also in collective consciousness. And we can feel the attention of another yogi by the experience I shared earlier today, where all of a sudden we'll feel our vibrations come up and we feel this tingling in our Sahasrara. And then all of a sudden you get a message from somebody in Sahaja Yoga that gives you joy. So Mother, please help us keep our attention in Sahasrara. Let's take our right hand down and hold it towards the photo of Shri Mataji. And let's bring our left hand over our head. And see if we can feel the vibrations coming in from our hand to the top of our head. And let's see how high our attention can rise. We'll just keep raising the hand higher and higher. And we can switch again, put our left hand towards the photo and raise our right hand up. If we still can't get out of this mental activity, we can use a prayer called Our Father. So most people know it as something connected to certain religion, but actually in Sahaja Yoga, like Tingli said, we understand the essence of all the religions and honor them all. So let's just place our hand across our forehead. And we can say the Our Father if we'd like. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, on earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory forever and ever. Amen. And now again, let's bring our right hand to the Sahasrara. And we'll say the third part of the great mantra, which you hear at the beginning of all our sessions. So it's like this. Om Twameva Sakshat, Shri Kalki Sakshat, Shri Sahasrara Swamini, Moksha Pradayani, Mataji, Shri Nirmala Devi Namo Namaha. And slowly raise our right hand again. Let's bring our hand down and stay in this state in silence for a couple of minutes. We can just have Shri Mataji's photo. as we sit in this state, one important thing I learned in Sahaja Yoga is all the guided meditations that we're doing here just get us to a place so that we're in Sahasrara and we're able to sit in the silence. So the most important thing in Sahaja Yoga is not these guided meditations, but actually when we get to that state, are we able to just maintain our attention here in Sahasrara? So let's stay in this state. Hopefully we're feeling some cool over our head at this point. And we're going to listen to an excerpt from Shri Mataji's talk on the Sahasrara. Thanks, everybody.
At the level of Sahasrara, you know the truth. So all kinds of illusions, all kinds of misunderstandings, all kinds of self-imposed ignorance, they all have to disappear. Because what you know is the truth. The truth is not sharp, it's not harsh, it is not something which is difficult to assimilate. People thought truth must be something that would be just very damaging or could be very harsh, could create problems between human beings. We should not have. It should not have. It was not meant to be. But whenever they talked of truth, the people used it for a wrong purpose. It's something special about human beings that they start using things for a wrong attitude, for a wrong message, and try to use it for their own purpose. It's such a common thing with human beings that they want to have power over other men. Now, I've seen in my own country when people wanted to have separate nations. Those people who wanted to have separate nations actually did it, not to achieve anything great, but just because they can become those people who wanted, for few of them, they'll become something great in their own country. So they never wanted to be in a country where they may not rise to that height. So then they separated those countries. And by separating, I have seen all these countries are suffering. Suffering very much. There's no growth. Their financial problem, all kinds of problems are there. And also the main country is suffering because they have now developed enmity and all this is working out against the main country. So to have a separatist idea itself is against Sahaj. Say for example, a flower growing on the tree looks very nice. It develops there, matures there, and it produces seeds also. But supposing you cut the flower and take it away, then what happens? The tree loses the flower, no doubt, but mostly it is the loss of the flower. Now this they did, all of them. And when they did it, you see, what is the result? That people who tried to have their own country, their own domain, they were killed, murdered, abused, and some of them are in jail. So the attitude even outside Sahaja Yoga has shown that it doesn't help. So we must learn to be one. If after Sahaja Yoga, after your realization, if you do not understand this message, that we all have to be one single unit, one single body. If we cannot be, if we are identified with other things, then it's no way you have grown, you have not matured. Very important point on Sahasrara day one has to understand that all the 7 chakras have their pithas in the Sahasrara. All the 7 chakras. They are nicely settled down in the midriff of your brain. And they act through that area, wherever they are, on the chakras and work it out. Now, all these 7 chakras become one, I should say, or go into unison. Complete integration takes place in these centers. Because these are governed by these 7 main chakras, we can call them, you can call them by any name. And they govern all the other chakras. And because they are in unison, completely integrated, that's why all your chakras are integrated. The pithas, which are enlightened, I should say, by Kundalini, also blessed by the divine power, immediately become integrated. They say that like pearls in one string. It's even more than that. It's more than that. All these pithas within you get integrated in such a manner as if there's no difference in their manifestation. Supposing you have a chakra which is not all right, something wrong, physically, mentally, emotionally, whatever it is, the other chakras try to help this sick chakra and try to evolve a personality of a Sahaja in a way that he is integrated. Now, integration within yourself is very important. Unless until you are integrated within yourself, you cannot be integrated outside. And within yourself, the integration is such a blessing of Sahaja Yoga that a person who gets this realization becomes a personality which is above the normal personality. It is not attached to all the negative forces, the destructive forces. It just gives up so many things which normally very difficult to give up. All these 7 chakras that we have within ourselves are then guided by these pithas in a unison. Just the help that comes from this unison helps all the chakras to get completely integrated. As it is, we are not integrated because our mind goes on one side, our body goes on another side, our heart goes on another side, our emotions are different. We do not know which is the right thing to do, what is the best thing to do. But after realization, in the light of the Spirit, you get the truth and you know what is to be done. For example, after self-realization, you can judge people on their vibrations. You don't have to use your brains for that. Just on your vibrations, immediately you know what's wrong with yourself and with others. So here it is a double correction. One is you see your own being, your own self, your self-knowledge comes to you. And secondly, you can also make out another person, what sort of a thing he is doing. If somebody is not Sahaj and claims to be Sahaj, you can easily find out that he is not Sahaj. His behavior is not Sahaj. So, best thing is for all of us is to get this integration absolutely working out within ourselves. We should not shun it. But we should accept that whatever defects we had, whatever wrong we have been doing, what wrong thinking we had, whatever destructive we had taken to, all this has to disappear. In the open Sahasrara, you are getting, or the divine is pouring its grace all the time. With that reception, with that, we should say, the nourishing of your Sahasrara, what happens is something really great. One thing happens that you get detached from yourself. You can see yourself. You can see your past. You can understand yourself that you have been doing so many wrong things and misunderstanding people. This sometimes takes you too far away from yourself. But once this light comes and the Sahasrara is nourished, in that light you see clearly what wrong you have been doing to yourself. Then as a person you can see your faults, but also you see the faults of your society where you live. I have seen immediately after people get their realization, they start telling me, Mother, I was a Christian, but see, this is Christianity. Somebody will say, Mother, I was very patriotic, but I see now what is patriotism is. Like everybody starts seeing its own background, its own styles in which he has lived, and just gets out of it. And once you are out of it, it's no more identified with you. And it's such a spontaneous happening. Only thing, you have to learn to be spontaneous. And that's what I find, that in search, people still, though they are out of this illusion, this ocean of illusion, still sometimes their one leg is still there in the ocean, and still they are pulling it out and pushing it back. That should not be. That is only because people don't meditate. Now to say you must meditate, people think it's a kind of a ritual or maybe a kind of a style of sadhana. No. Meditation is for you to go deep down into yourself, to achieve all that your Sahasrara wants to give you, to achieve that height of detachment, of understanding, is only through meditation. So what happens in meditation is that your awareness crosses over Agya, goes above and is now stationed in the Sahasrara, in thoughtless awareness. Then the reality of Sahasrara, the beauty of Sahasrara starts pouring in your own character, in your own temperament. Unless and until you meditate. Not meditate just to get well or just to feel that I must meditate. But meditation is very important for all of you, that you develop your Sahasrara in such a manner that you imbibe the beauty of your Sahasrara. If you don't use your Sahasrara in this way, after some time you will find Sahasrara will close down, you will have no vibrations, and you will have no understanding of yourself. So very, very important thing is to meditate. I can immediately make out a person who has been meditating and the one who has not been meditating. Because a person who does not meditate is still thinks that, oh, it's all right, I am doing this, I am doing that. Meditation is the only way you can enrich yourself with the beauty of reality. There's no other way. I cannot find any other way but meditation, by which you rise into the realm of divinity. For example, I would say that myself, whatever I have done is this, that I have been able to find out a method how to give self-realization to masses. But that doesn't mean that if I give to masses, they are all search yogis. No. You must have seen whenever you have your programs, people get realization when I'm there and they um, come to programs for a while and then they drop out. The reason is they have not meditated. If they had meditated, they would have known what is their quality, what are they.
Let's all together put our attention on top of our head, and if we have any thoughts during this time, we can just let them pass.
Let's remain in silence. Feel the love of Mother Kundalini nourishing each one of our chakras. Behold the Mother. Mother, please completely purify my heart. Please completely purify my mind. With our right hand, put our right hand on top of our head. Lean down our head a little bit. Let's massage our top of our head in clockwise direction. Left, front, right, back. Slowly, with some pressure. On Sahasrara. Let's thank our Mother. Mother, thank you for give us our self-realization. Thank you for let us know our true self. Thank you for allowing us feel our spirit. Thank you for remove our ignorance. Thank you for guide us. Thank you for forgive us all our wrongdoings. Thank you again and again, Mother. Let's lift our right hand above our head, 3 or 4 inches above. And just let your right hand stay there. And feel the flowing of the energy on our right palm, on top of our head. Put your right hand down and switch to your left hand above your head, 3 or 4 inches above or even higher. Feel the flow of the energy on your left palm and top of your head. Left hand down You can keep your attention where you feel the energy above your head. Forgive all your thoughts. Forgive all the obstacles you are still. And just enjoy the silence. The silence within us. Let's surrender our meditation to our mother. Mother, I don't know how to clear my chakras. I don't know how to meditate. I surrender all to you. Sorry, let's open our eyes. Before we taking Kundalini, raise Kundalini, take bandit, just want to remind you all not leaving yet. We're going to have a survey about our advanced class. If you want to join our advanced class, please do fill up the survey that will come up after this meditation. And so we will put in another WhatsApp group so you will not miss any information. So now let's raise our Kundalini slowly. And take in 7 times Bandhan. Thank you, everyone.
So please do fill out that form in case you haven't done already. If you did it in the beginning, you don't have to do it again. And I believe in the chat, our tech team will also share a link to a Google form, which you can use alternatively to fill out your details. So yeah, don't leave though, because we have our live feedback session in some time. But just before that, we can keep things going as you fill out your details. So tomorrow, we are going to be going one step further, and the silence of meditation that really comes when our attention crosses the Sahasrara is the most important part, I would say, in my opinion. And it becomes, that silence becomes our refuge. It becomes our healing energy within us. It is a silence that heals us within. And so we are going to be focusing on that tomorrow. So please do join in tomorrow. Could we look at the next slide? So yeah, all the resources are there on the website. Please do look at the website if you haven't already, although I'm sure most of you have already taken a look at it. All our sessions are recorded there. If you would like to go back and look through some of these sessions that have been done, please do that. And because they were really deep, and we have covered a lot of ground actually in these 6 weeks, which normally we haven't yet, in at least in the US, we haven't done this so intensely. So don't worry, you don't have to catch up with everything. But this website is always there for you, so you can go back and have a look at something if you would like to revise, or just do a meditation again, or just listen to some of the wonderful musicians that you've had so far. Also, again, the mentors, you can fill out the survey form, get your mentors, and after you get them, please be in touch with them. You can meditate with them, talk to them. They're more than willing to help you out with your spiritual journey. All right, so for our Spanish speakers, please let us know in the chat, send a message to our help desk. We will assign you to a separate breakout room. And so now we will begin our live feedback. Again, if you would like to do a one-on-one session with some of our yogis here, you can ask for that too. Or you can just raise your hand in the chat, in the Zoom on your video, and I'll get to you. Or you can write your questions down or share your experiences in the chat, and someone will respond to you quickly. Okay, so with that out of the way, yeah, please don't forget to fill out the poll. That's very important. So it helps us keep in touch with you and give you more information about future sessions that are going to happen. All right, so let us have our leads and our musician for tonight, and we can begin our feedback session here. So if you have something to share, a question to ask, please raise your hand on Zoom and I'll get to you. Everyone is very silent. I think the meditation was really good. No more questions.
No, we don't have to do a lot of talking when we have Sahasrara meditation.
Right, exactly. So, yeah, so Shivangi, that beautiful. The music was so nice. I've never heard Brahms being transitioned to Bhairavi before, which was something very unique. And it was so smooth that when you started playing Bhairavi, for some time I did not even recognize that it was Indian music going on there. And then I'm like, this sounds familiar. Where have I heard it before? And then wow, so it's really beautiful. I enjoyed listening to. So could you tell us a little bit about what inspired you to take up music and your journey with music and things like that?
I started playing the piano at a very young age, like when I was 6. My parents made me take piano lessons, but slowly, like I started really enjoying playing the piano. Mostly, I used to play Western classical music, and recently I thought, like since there is Indian classical music that actually no one is even playing it on the piano, really, it's not that common.
Yeah.
I thought it's like a great opportunity to kind of try to blend the two cultures together. Since also myself, I'm like half Indian, half Romanian. Yeah.
Great. So wow, that's so nice that you're trying to bridge the two cultures together and through your music, and obviously you yourself are half Indian, half Romanian. So and but yeah, a lot of the we've had quite a few yogis of Romanian origin here on the meditation itself, and all of them are very talented, very artistic, very intelligent individuals. I have noticed. So must be really something special about Romania, I feel. All right. Great. So, does anyone have anything to share tonight? Do I need to go around the block and like pick people out or something? And
I'm happy to share something. So,
sure, please.
yeah, so I talked about the blessing a little bit of being able to surrender things to our Sahasrara and trusting, and it's makes life so much fun, even the mundane things. So, I teach at the community college nearby, and sometimes I'm stressing out thinking like, oh my God, I don't have anything really prepared. But what Sahaja Yoga does is really allows me to trust things to unfold in front of me in the day to day, and it makes life so much easier. I never have to worry about like if I don't have something planned right, and I'm able to leave that sense of like I have to control this situation. Even tonight, for example, I was of course waited last minute to do my taxes, and
that's a good reminder for all of us. Do your taxes.
Hope I didn't send anybody into a panic.
Yeah, that's the last thing you want to hear after a meditation session.
Yeah. So I was finishing them up, and like the amount that I owed is just like out of control. And I was like, you know what? I'm just going to surrender it. And I just like hit all the buttons to just submit it. And I'm like, leave it. I know like money, all that kind of stuff has been so taken care of when I just surrender the stuff and leave it. And it's such a relief because I don't have to worry about these day-to-day things that people really sort of freak out over, right? So that's my little piece of
yeah, that's so nice. And yeah, I've noticed that in my life as well. Like normally I have to force myself to worry about money or something like that. Like, why am I not more worried about this? And then I just surrender and yeah, it'll be okay. But it's not like it's, of course, I'm not advocating like to be irresponsible. What I'm trying to get at is that you reach a point where you're more comfortable with life in general. Yes, Tingli, you were saying something?
Yeah, to add your point, I actually have a story to support your point.
Yeah,
so I was during the pandemic time, because when pandemics started, I lost my job because my company let me off. They say they don't have this position anymore. So they say, but this time it's difficult to find a job. So we give you 2 months salary. So I was laid off in beginning of April. So they give me salary for April and May. So during that time, so I study, right? So I want to find a job. I was doing data science. So I just study something and just do all the interview. And then exactly at June 1st, I got my job offer. So not less or more, exactly at June 1st. And the job comes very mysterious. It's some, I told you I'm doing cybersecurity now, right? So, and all the interview I do with the data scientists, they ask me a bunch of questions, but this job, they didn't barely ask me any questions. So they just want the data scientists because they heard, oh, they have some data, like a million data, but for data scientists, it's a small amount. So when I read the job description, I questioned the interviewer. I said, "Are you sure you want me?" Anyways, I just need a job, so I will do anything, right? So they hire me and without asking any technical questions. So I was thinking, do they hire me just because I'm nice? Maybe. That's nice. But anyways, when I come to cybersecurity and I find out, oh, I actually love this job much more than data scientist. So not only I got job and I got the proper job for myself. So this incident teach me I really don't need to. So often I heard people telling me story, but not until I myself experience it. And only then I know, okay, really, I don't need to worry. And during the whole time, so sweet, the 2 months, because for me, I just bought a house. So I have the expenses. I don't have money in my bank. I was thinking, what am I going to do? I don't have a job, and now I have to raise my daughter. So it's really been a hard situation for me, right? But during the 2 months, all the time, my heart is blowing vibration all the time, and just so soothing and so comfortable. I just joyous all the time. And somehow Mother Kundalini want to tell me it's okay. And she want to comfort me. She doesn't want me to worry. So with that vibrational support, and I was fine with the whole 2 months and found a job without any effort. So
nice.
Effortless meditation, effortless finding jobs.
So you would think it's not reasonable, but that's how it happened, because our job actually is to enjoy our life. And when you do your meditation and Mother Kundalini, if you just give all the responsibility to Mother Kundalini, she will take care. You just meditate and take care of yourself and raise up higher spiritually, and you will see how things being taken care. Because really, at one point you will understand all the life things not so important, but at this moment you may feel it's so important. So when we take care of the really important thing that you are sent, Mother Kundalini will take care of all the rest not so important things. It may look so important now.
That's true. So beautiful. Thank you so much, Tingli, for sharing that.
Did you send in? Did she send in a resume that had wonderful vibrations off of it?
I don't know. I don't. My vibration sensitivity not consistent. Sometimes good, sometimes no. But mostly I just let it go. You don't expecting things. So some people are really good vibrational sensitivity, but for me, I'm not so much. I just enjoy my meditation. I enjoy that, and I feel before meditation and after meditation, I feel I can deal with life much, much better, and I can always be the joyful state. For me, is satisfying. And for the vibration part, I leave it to Mother, because I don't know what obstacle I have. Mother will take care.
So we do have some questions from other participants here. But thank you so much, Tingli, for that, and Barbara for your comment. That was so nice. So we have a question from Dennis. So Dennis, please go ahead.
Hi, thank you.
Hi.
It was an amazing session, you guys. Thank you so much. I am waiting on a couple of things in my life that are really, really important for me, like my citizenship status and and a job. And I'm Turkish, and we have this song that says, time will solve everything if only it were not for the waiting. So I'm wondering if you have any tips about waiting and, letting go and not being anxious. I mean, Tingli, your story was great, but how do you get there is my question.
So if the thing's important for you, you would worry, right? So when you worry, actually, it blocks the connection between you and the Mother. So first thing, you have to not make yourself worry. So how to not to worry? Whenever you feel uncomfortable, you feel like you worry so much, meditate. So simple. Just open your hands and then meditate for a few minutes. You feel better. That's your solution. Like me. So I had when I just started my meditation, I had a really bad argument with someone. Okay, so I couldn't sleep. Right? So I just get up and then just sit there, meditate. The thoughts is running. Don't worry. You don't worry about thoughts. Even the thoughts is running, Mother Kundalini still be able to work on you just between the small gap between the thoughts. But I was meditate for 5 minutes and I was calmed down and I was able to go back to sleep. So whenever, and you have to have the belief, the Mother can take care of everything. And plus, it's beyond your ability, right? You cannot control it. If it's something you can control, by all means, you do something. But if it's something you cannot control, why make yourself worry that at unnecessary, right? So rationally understand, by worrying, you don't solve anything. You don't get citizenship by sitting home worry about it, right? If it comes, it comes. So rationally understand that point. But sometimes when you cannot control yourself to worry about it, sit down, meditate. Yeah, just a few minutes, you will feel better. So just maintain your state, make yourself feel better. That's all. And things will happen at the time it should happen.
Yeah, I was going to add, that's such good advice too. And my feelings around this too is we, like, our Mother's plans for us are way better than what we think our plans are for ourselves. Right. So I always believe, like, I try not to attach myself to any outcomes, because that's just my ego or my conditionings working, saying, I should have this thing, I should have this job, I should have that. So it's really important to just also surrender the outcome. And that's for me where the anxiety leaves, because what Mother has planned for me is way better. And I know that that outcome will happen if I just stay out of the way. Right?
Yeah, you have to
Okay,
have
great.
belief in you. You have to have the belief whatever happens is the best. Cannot be better than that. So maybe in your condition, it's not best when you have the condition on it, but you have to have faith. That's the best. That's how I do. Whatever happened to me, it's the best. So I don't want anything more than that.
Thank
All
you.
right, thank you.
Great answers.
Thank you.
I'll try to do it for
Yes.
sure.
Whenever you feel uncomfortable or you had any conflict with others, meditate. Few minutes, and you will feel
Thank
better.
you.
Can I just
Thank you so
add
much for your
something?
question.
Can I just add something to this? I just
Sure.
wanted to thank you, Denise, for asking this question, because I have been struggling with the same thing recently, and I really appreciate you answering that question. Yeah, I am also I also have my green card applications going on and my visas going on. So it is, since a lot of people go through this process and they understand that it can make you very anxious, and it brings in a lot of tensions and stress with you, like, because you have put in so much hard work towards that, and you stay away from your families for that long. So I've been struggling with this recently, and this answer was really helpful. Thank you.
Great.
The best is clear your mind.
Yeah, I will try as well. So, thank you.
All right, so let's move on, because we have quite a few people waiting very patiently for their turn. So Vladimir, please go ahead. What's your question for us?
Hey, Vivek, thank you. Can you guys hear me?
Yes, we can. Yeah.
Okay. I just wanted to start with thanking team for these beautiful meditations and all the sessions that we're enjoying here. This is like I have no words to explain it. It's just a beautiful, beautiful energy and so much love that I'm feeling, and I hope everybody else is. This is just like God sent. So with all these thanks to you, I just recently had a profound experience with Shri Mataji, where she basically just embraced me, and I unexpectedly, it came out of blue, and I just started crying, and I realized that she's taking care of me, of us, and as you, Tingli, said, she was saying, don't worry, I'll take care of it. And even though some of the if you're a parent, some of the hard feelings of helplessness can overwhelm you. So I was to ask if it's possible to have a meditation for children that need help, and maybe for children in us that need some guidance. But thank you very much for everything that you're doing.
That's so sweet of you. Think of to do the
nice.
meditation for children. Yes, that's so sweet.
So currently we do have programs that are going on the same sort of Zoom style kind of thing, but it's meant for, I think, 11 years and older.
Yeah,
are those the kind of things you're talking about, or younger ones?
Yeah, I've been with on that session with my daughter, And
Okay.
that was also like a fantastic. Yeah,
Great.
I know Vivek. Yeah.
Great. That's wonderful. Yeah, and as Vladimir said, we do have those sessions for children as well. I was wondering if our tech team would be kind enough to maybe put up a link or something to that in the chat, so other participants can also have a look at it. I don't know if we have such meditation sessions for younger kids. I think we do, but I don't have that information handy. So if someone from the Sahaja Yoga team can put it up on the chat, that would be great as well, in case some of our participants have younger children whom they would like to meditate with. So thank you so much, Vladimir. It was so nice to hear your experience with Shri Mataji, and I hope you continue to grow in that state more and more, and I just enjoy. So I realized that we had a couple of other people who are not here anymore. I think Donna and someone else was there, but they probably have been taken to another breakout room. So we have Batul here in line. Batul, please go ahead with your question.
Yes, actually, when I put my hand over the top of my head,
Yeah.
Sahasrara,
Mhm.
it first I feel a little bit cold, then after I feel so much tingling in my void, not nabi, like around this palm of my hand.
Right. Mhm.
And
So,
I feel tingling.
So, Michelle, could you explain what that means and what we can do to clear that?
Yeah, so tingling usually indicates something's sort of working out or clearing out. And when we're putting our attention in Sahasrara, but we're feeling other chakras, I would say, if you're in Sahasrara and you're feeling the cool, then stay there. You don't want to start, diverting attention, because it will work out on its own. But if you want to add, put a little bit of attention on the void, you can always, use your hand and give a bandhan. See if you can maintain, it's kind of tricky, but you can get to the place where you can maintain your attention in Sahasrara, but just use your hand to move the energies to kind of clear in the other area. So we can be doing a whole bunch of tasks. I can be cooking a meal, I don't know, doing like 1,000 things, right? But my attention can still be here in Sahasrara. So that's some like really fun thing to practice. If you can.
Actually, I have a story about the Sahasrara.
Yeah.
Actually, the same story as you guys. I was worried about something like thinking so much about it, and I was so exhausted. Suddenly, I picked up my phone and I see Shri Mataji is talking, and she said, "So today," she started "So today," and my last name is So today. I thought Shri Mataji talked to me.
Awesome.
And I said, "Oh, how Shri Mataji knows my last name?" And she said, "Yeah, please bring your attention on Sahasrara and don't think too much." And believe me,
yes,
I did the same. I bring my attention here, and I thought everything is okay.
amazing.
So nice.
Yeah.
So sweet.
That is so great. These things happen, these little tricks.
Yes. Yeah, this story was so funny.
That's
I said
beautiful.
yeah.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Everything was great. I will join the advanced class.
Great.
Yeah, sure.
Thank you.
See you there.
See you. Thank you.
And thanks for sharing that. That's awesome. I love that.
So we have Hiren next. Hiren, please go ahead.
Yeah, hi. Just wanted to say thank you. And I had like experience yesterday, which I wanted to share. Like yesterday, we did the candling of the Agya Chakra, and after that, I started really feeling cold in my hand. Really a powerful vibration. But today, I don't feel that. So, is that something going wrong, or like how do we get that back? Because yesterday was, I mean, I've been continuing from session 1 to session 2 now. This was yesterday's experience was like out of the world. I mean, yeah.
Great. So Shivangi, do you have something to suggest for this?
But I guess sometimes the environment or the day that we've had can have a small effect on it. But this is not a reason to worry. It can happen, and I think by just going back to what we've talked before about just surrendering and trying, even when we are doing daily tasks, to be in this state of meditation, that will slowly build our strength, and then whenever we actually do join another meditation, or we then we can enter that state much easier.
Yeah, just want to add to it. It happens to everybody. Don't worry. It happens to us too. Some days are good, some days are not. Some days others say, "Wow, so much good vibration." I was like, I don't feel anything. Yeah, don't worry. So it just at that day, maybe you really need the Sagya gets clear, so you clear that and you feel such a strong vibration. And someday maybe just not so much, but don't worry, it goes. So you just need consistently do daily, and don't expect anything, because it happens just like the weather. Someday raining, someday sunny, right?
Yeah.
So don't worry and just enjoy. When it has vibration, enjoy. When there's not so much, enjoy the peace.
Sure. Thank you. Thank you.
You're welcome.
Michelle, you had something to add to this?
No, I just feel so, I think what Tingli just said was so great. Like, if you don't feel the vibrations, just enjoy the peace. What a like profound statement. I think we need to like put that on a poster. Because
enjoy.
Yeah, because we get anxious, right? We're like, why, sometimes you sit down and you're like, why aren't I feeling? What happened? Am I lost? And but yeah, we just enjoy the collectivity and the peace.
Yeah, sometimes, when everybody says, wow, such a wonderful vibration, I don't feel anything,
Yes. And be honest about it. That's really key. I'm going to say always, I'm glad it was really nice that you're honest, and you never want to be dishonest. If you're not feeling vibrations, be honest with us, because, hopefully we can help you to, get to that state, or you can sort of be honest with yourself and with your Kundalini, like, I'm not feeling anything, please show me. And we can ask to please show me what's going on.
And it's a daily practice, right? So one day you will feel.
Yes.
So it's not like it's a one-time thing, so we didn't feel, then we lost it forever. No, you do it every day. So and you will notice in the beginning, Shri Mataji also said, in the beginning, it's not consistent. Maybe in the very beginning, you don't feel anything. And then later, sometimes you feel, sometimes you don't feel. You feel most of the time you don't feel. Very few times you feel. And later, more and more days you feel. And then at the end, most of the time you feel. So it's a process.
I also think it's important not to identify with all the catches or all the, I guess, the opposite of not feeling vibrations. Because at the end of the day, it's not this physical body that we are connected to, it's our subtle body. So if we are connected to this inner energy and to the divine, then other things don't really matter. I mean, sure, we'll have to do our job and clear out the chakras if we feel, but it's not about getting so caught up in just focusing on that.
Yes, it's temporary. Eventually it will be gone. Sometimes I caught up so much, I always have a very bright understanding of it. Don't worry, it will be gone at one day. It may take one day, it may take 1 month, but doesn't matter. It will be gone. It's not gonna be like this forever. So I don't believe it will be forever.
Really, yeah, it's very wise. It's a wise approach, I feel, to take. All right. So
actually, just I made a mistake. I'm just gonna say so fast. Instead of writing my name Betul, I said write Betty because at home they call me Betty. Is that okay?
That should be fine.
Yeah,
As long as your
okay.
phone number is correct.
Yes.
It's
Yes.
okay.
Thank you so much.
All right.
Thank you.
All right. So I think we are. Does someone else have anything to share? Any questions? Okay. So maybe we can move towards concluding this session tonight. And we can end with maybe Tingli, if you could tell us some of your other great experiences.
Other stories.
And we can conclude the session with a short meditation following that.
Other stories. What's that? I cannot think at the moment. Yeah.
Okay. Would any of our other leads like to share then? Tingli, if something comes to mind, please go ahead. But Michelle or Shivangi, do you have something interesting?
Don't know, just blank.
I guess the most interesting thing is the meditation.
I remember. Okay, so
Great.
okay. So one time, I have a very good friend in China, all the way in China. She's very sweet. I love her very much. She's my good like sister. Okay. So after I know Sahaja Yoga, basically in the beginning I told everybody about Sahaja Yoga, but especially her, I told her how good Sahaja Yoga is. So and then one day she told me she went to church. I was so sad because I know. I mean, church. I don't say church is not good. It just doesn't give you the experience that you can get from Sahaja Yoga. You don't grow with other religion because at this time it's Sahaja Yoga. Okay, be frank. So I was very sad that day. I really feel sad for her because I love her because that. So that day, I remember it was a Thursday. I'm going to a library to do program with other new seekers, new people, and yogis as well. So during the session, and the person who lead the session and plays talk of Shri Mataji. Shri Mataji said, "Put your hand on your forehead, and now you say, I will forgive all who didn't come to Sahaja Yoga. I will forgive everybody who come and then left Sahaja Yoga." I was like, tears in my eyes, and she knows everything, and she just comforts me. Yeah.
That's very sweet. Yeah, and once you start, for our other participants, once you start growing into Sahaja Yoga, you start to feel the joy that is here within you, and then you sort of develop a certain liking and interest more towards Sahaja Yoga, and so that might make you appear as very partial, but if you love something, you are going to be partial to it, so there's no avoiding that. And so yeah, I hope all of you have that same experience, that you grow to love your own inner experience through Sahaja Yoga, and develop that more and more and grow deeper with it. Okay, so yes.
I think iPhone 2, there was a little boy that had his hand waving his hand. I don't know if he had a question or not, but he was really cute.
iPhone 2. I don't know his name though. I did see him there. iPhone 2, if you're listening to us. Do you have something to say?
Did you have a question?
Somebody said no, he always waves.
Oh, I was hoping he had a question. Oh, here he is.
Hello. Hello.
Oh, he's very shy now.
Oh, sorry. I didn't realize that he was trying to say something and now he is shy.
What is his name?
Sorry.
His name? What
His name is Rayansh.
Rayansh. Nice.
Yeah, thank you. This was a great initiative. We enjoyed both the 21 days session and we look forward to your advanced session as well.
Nice. Well, tell
me.
So nice. But yeah, at least I am listening to you, like hearing from you the first time ever. So really nice to make your acquaintance. May I know
Yes.
your name, please?
I'm Amita.
Amita, okay.
Yes. Vivek, you are in Indiana. Is that right?
Yes,
oh,
yes.
okay. My daughter is in Purdue as well. I was actually trying to see if there is anything, any collective on campus where.
We do have classes. Yeah, we do have classes here at Purdue.
Oh, really? It would be great if you could provide that information.
Of course, I will.
Thank you. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Great. So nice. All right. So we will let us conclude with a short meditation. So Tingli, if you please, we can do a short meditation and then conclude this session for tonight.
Okay. Let's close our eyes and just with all the laughter we had earlier and bring that enjoyment inside and feel the love of our mother. Relax every part of your body. Relax your face expression. Relax your forehead. And we always remember, we don't do anything. Our dear mother, she does everything for us. So let's just enjoy the peace within us. Mother, we surrender everything to you. Please take us to thoughtless state. So let's open our eyes. Thank you, everybody.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night.
Good night, everybody. Thank you, Tingli.
Thank
It
you
was
very
so
much.
wonderful.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. Good night to everyone. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Good night.
Good night. Thank you.